Hello everyone, good evening. Surprise! I'm not Michelle. How many of you logged on and expected to see Michelle? Well, good news is I am Marianne from Made by Marianne. You can find my page at Marianne Made Me here on Facebook. And she has been gracious enough to let me hijack her page for the evening to do a design. She's right now coming back from Crafters Convention, so I hope she's had a great time and brought back some great ideas. So she's been awesome enough to let me use her page. Hello everybody, welcome. Welcome. Again, I'm Marianne, and we're gonna do something really cool tonight. And Michelle should be back tomorrow. But anyway, we're gonna use the ring board and we are gonna make an owl. So, ta-da, grab your ring board. And welcome back to my fabulous kitchen, guys. I appreciate y'all joining me today. Let's see if I can pull up your comments real quick and see if we're live. Then we'll talk about what we're gonna do. It might not have caught up yet. We'll get it there in just a second. Anyway, we're gonna make an owl. Hello, everybody. Glad to see y'all coming in. Appreciate everybody joining me this evening. So we're gonna make an owl on the ring board. And I hope it's gonna be really cute. So let's see what we can do. So you're gonna need a few things for this project. First, for the body, you are gonna need your favorite color of mesh, will do just fine. And you'll have to forgive my dog. Anytime somebody walks down the sidewalk, she thinks that she's supposed to bark. So, and of course she's gonna do it while I'm live. So, go outside, Stella. Animals, right? Anyway, you're gonna use this kind of burlap. Bear with me just a second. Stella! Stella! Go downstairs. Sorry about that, y'all. Stella wanted to say hello too. So, hi everybody. Hi, Miss Mueller. Nice to see y'all. Hello. So, for the body, you're gonna need your favorite mesh. So I thought in a 10-inch, I thought maybe this copper color would be pretty. But now for my, I know, right? Get them, Stella. She doesn't like it when people walk down our sidewalk. Here's our copper. It's like a brownish copper. You're exactly right. She is doing what she's supposed to do. I'll have this joke that this is Stella's house. She just lets me live here because I feed her. So, very true. If y'all have animals, you know too. And they're so unpredictable. Anyway, so this is going to be our body, I think. I'm going to let y'all decide. Hi. And then I used burlap on my prototype, which I like burlap, so we might stick to this. But it's just a 6-inch loose weave natural burlap. Hi, Miss Baker. Welcome, welcome. All right, so there's that for our body. For our wings, I have a beautiful, and this is the perfect fall color, orange and brown poly burlap. So that's going to be our wings. Now you can use any color of wings that you like. You can do yellow, you could do orange, you could do any type of fall, however you want your wings to look, and I'll show you when we get there. Also, you're going to need some large sunflowers for the eyes. So I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. And see how they're pretty large? I thought these are going to go perfect with our mesh here. So, I thought they were great. And aren't they pretty? And they're just little clip-ons, so you can find them at Hobby Lobby. Or you can use the standard big, large sunflower heads. But you want to get them kind of big so that way, you know, the eyes stick out. The small ones aren't really going to work. I tried that. You're going to need one leaf for the beak. So, you know, these are just from the dollar store, I think, actually, or the Dollar Tree. But just one leaf to make the beak, and I'll show you what I mean when I get there. So any old beak is fine. Well, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. I just threw a petal in the floor. And then you're gonna need some fur. This is a small little piece, but I'll show you when we get there. This fur you can purchase at Hobby Lobby also. It comes in like a 10 by 10 sheet, folded up back near the glitter. So if y'all make gnomes or anything like that, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you're gonna need a big piece of fur. Show you the rest of it in a minute. And then I have these gorgeous leaves for the ears. Show you what I mean when we get there. Hi, Miss Gerg, nice to see you. All right, so there we go. There's our head of the owl, and then he's gonna sit on our picks. So I have this little pumpkin here is not gonna wanna cooperate, it's floppy, but we'll glue it. We'll make it cooperate. So here's our picks, just any 2 picks that you'd like to see the owl stand on will be perfectly fine. You could make your own with some different leaves if you don't like these, whatever you want. Just grab you some two matching picks for him to like he's sitting on a branch. Show you when we get there also. Okay, I think, oh, and a bow. Gonna need a bow. Kind of went minimalist on this one. It's 7/8 inch ribbon. Here it is, it's all curled up right now. If y'all know me, I like to curl up my ribbon tails. So there you go, there's our bow. And that's really all you need. So a little bit of poly burlap or whatever your favorite color of mesh is, 10 pieces of that. And then just a few little sunflower heads and some picks, and you've got an owl. So let me try again to pull up your comments here, and then we'll get started, okay? Let's see. I hope everybody has had a fantastic Sunday. There we are. And of course, I forgot to turn it down here. That's really all you need. There we go. All right. Is it gonna let me pull your comments up is the question. Yes, I can see you. Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, these are some of my previous creations here. This is my bee, and then this is my peacock. Can't really see because the sun's shining in, but hey. All right, guys, let's pull the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. If you follow me, then, and if you all wouldn't mind, give this a share. If you don't care, float my boat, send me over the river, whatever y'all say. Where did I get the ring board? The ring board is from Unique in the Creek. So if you'll go to uniqueinthecreek.com, they are an invention of my friend Laurie Franklin. She is the owner, CEO, inventor of Unique in the Creek. You will be addicted. You could do this on a wireframe, but I promise you it's gonna be easier on the ring board. So let's pull you down. I say this all the time, if you get sick, close your eyes because I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. Hi, Miss Sherry. All right, here we go. Close up, close up, close up. Okay, let's see if that works for us. That might actually be perfect. We might need to do it just up a little bit. Yes, uniqueinthecreek.com. Thank you. All right, can everybody see? How are we looking? We're looking good there. You see everything we need? Maybe if I scoot towards me a little bit and this back just a tad more. How are we doing? Good view? Okay, yeah, it's shaking a little bit. Let's see. Oh, sorry. There we go. All right. So, how are we looking, guys? Do we have a good view there? Yeah, looks great. All right, Miss Baker, awesome. Let's throw my hair up really quickly and we'll get started because the kitchen is the hottest room in my home. And I'm already sweating. Okay, so, I think we're gonna do the burlap to stick with my prototype, okay? So grab your burlap or you can do the mesh too, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for the burlap because that's what I used the first time and this is the only second time making this. Grab a few of your handy dandy zip ties, put them to the side. And I always drop my mesh in the floor if I'm gonna do this method because I don't have a mesh burlap holder. I'm just gonna scrunch it together here and make a little tail. And I'm gonna clip it because we're gonna put And as you can see, I've marked my spots here. So we're gonna go back and forth to cover the center, okay? And we're gonna use these two as our stopping point, all right? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to put, and there goes my burlap there. Put 2 zip ties here, okay? Grab my burlap. All right. And you're gonna put it in kind of like this because we're gonna weave it down this way, okay? So put it in to where it's kind of up and under. You'll see what I mean as we go here. So there's our first little point in. See how it folds over the zip tie here? That's what we want to do. And we're just going to make almost like a poof, but we don't want it poofy. We want to kind of keep it like this here. And then you're just going to attach it to this one. Okay? So there's our first little piece of the body. All right, and notice I skipped this hole in the middle. I went straight down from here to here, okay? Y'all see that? From here to here. So we're trying to work it this way. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it back up and I'm gonna use the outer rings on the top. So we wanna put it in this way there, okay? Just use the outer ring. And I'm gonna bring it back up exactly the way that I did before. Trying to keep it in a nice poof here. Shoo, I hate the way burlap smells. Does anybody else hate the way burlap smells? And we're just gonna attach it, okay? Make sure you got it pretty stiff and that it looks like a piece and it kind of covers the other one. All right, so there's that one. Now at the bottom, we're going to use both sets. And the reason we're using the sets on the bottom and the outside on the top is because we've got a lot of stuff to go up here. And we want enough room to use these sets. Down here, all we have is some picks and a bow. So that's why we're trying to leave more room up here and only using these holes, okay? Just to explain my thought process there. So now just bring it back down. Try your best to cover up that zip tie here. You might have to manipulate your burlap a little bit to make a pretty kind of loop there. See how it's gonna just go back and forth? If y'all have ever made a pumpkin on the wire frames, it's kind of following that pattern. Okay? And now we're gonna go back up. And we're just gonna do this until we get to the other side, to our other holes there. Now you're gonna sniff your burlap, huh? Hi, Miss Galley, nice to see you. All right, so there's that one. And y'all, if Michelle has any of these zip ties left, I recommend you get them. They are awesome. Let me see here. Maybe I should pull you a little bit closer so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. All right. And now we're back to the bottom. So we're going to use the bottom set here. One of these days, guys, I'll have a good setup and we won't be in my kitchen anymore. We're just going to kind of move it to this side. You know what I mean? Make a little loop at the bottom or make a little L shape. And make sure that it's kind of tight. So it kind of looks like a body. There we go. This side doesn't really matter so much what it looks like because we're kind of going to cover it up with some wings and things. But the middle part, you want to be really careful because you're going to see a little bit of that. So let's move back up. Do the same thing. Super simple so far. Nothing major here. Just gonna kind of make sure it looks pretty and loop it in there. And grab the other end of my zip tie here. There we go. Okay, now come back down and use the bottom full set. And it might end up being a little crooked, but that's okay. There's no real center on this. We'll make our own center as we go. So we have a zip tie there. We're gonna kind of curve it there. You can always tighten it a little bit. We're going to cover that top up, so don't worry about it if it doesn't look perfect. What matters is that really kind of this much of it. Moving right back up. We are making an owl, Miss Vicki. Hopefully, y'all might find a better way. Whoop, I keep grabbing a hold of it. Y'all might find a better way to do it after I show you what it really looks like. So if you do, awesome, share it with me. Just to get you started. I just saw this on Pinterest. Someone had done another one. It wasn't on the Unique and the Creek boards. So I decided, you know what? We can put that on a board. That is too cute. And here we are. Watch me pull that zip tie out. I'm struggling tonight, guys. Can y'all tell? All right, there we go. Let's pull it a little bit so it's a little tighter. That is gonna stick out a little bit. There we go. Okay. Grab another one. Let's do the full set down here. Hey, Miss Donna. Nice to see you. Okay, we're just going to kind of loop it around a little bit. All right. Pull it a little tighter. Tighter here. I'm just pulling it tight so that it looks like a body. And we can go back to and manipulate some of these to look a little fuller or a little skinnier, however you want. That's not a big deal. Right now we're just trying to cover the hole. Okay. Here we go at the top here. We got about 2 more. Hi, Miss Courtney. Welcome. Okay. That one looks good. We're going to have to fix this right here, guys, but we will. We will. No worries. All right. Come back down. Here's our last set. And we're going to go up and then make a little tiny one like over here. So last set here. Okay. And that's going to be covered up by our wings. So don't worry about that part. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't have to look great, guys. Doesn't have to look great. It just about kills my OCD, but sometimes you just got to let it go. This is one of those times, I promise. Okay, so now this time we're going to use the full setup here because we're back to this point over here. And remember, we started with the full set here and a full set here. So let's do the full set. Let's put our zip tie in. to where it looks decent. And again, this part's going to be covered up, so don't worry about that. Close our zip tie. There we go. And now we are going to do exactly what we did at the beginning. We're going to cut it off to where we can fold it under and put that piece in the zip tie so that it looks like that, okay? Everybody following me so far? We'll make it look prettier. But you see what I mean? So that it ends our process here. Okay, so I think we should cut it off. Let's give ourselves enough poly burlaps, or enough burlaps. We'll cut it there. We'll just leave that on the floor for a minute. Okay, let's put our zip tie in so we can wrap it in there. And we're going to put it here. Okay, actually on the inside, not the outside. There's a hole hiding there. And we're going to do it like this, and then we're going to do the zip tie under the piece. So here we go here. Alright, let's see. Did I lose y'all? What do you know? I still see you up there, but I can't see you here. There we go. Alright, we can cut that off. Okay. Now, let's go back and see if some of these can be made to look a little better. Like this one right here. We can make it a little prettier. There we go. Alright, let's cut that off so we can tuck it under here. And voila! You can even tuck this one under if you are so inclined. Whatever you want to do. Leave it sticking out. That's fine. No worries. Alright, so here's our body. So to review, what we've done is we've started here and here, and we've made a loop, and then we've just gone back and forth using the bottom sets and the top outside row. So does everybody see that? Hi, Miss Staten. Looks like a mummy. It kind of does look like a mummy, doesn't it? All right, see, so we have the outside rows here, and then our sets down here. Okay? You see? All right. Let's turn it back around to where this is our top. Okay, so now here's our body. Next thing we're going to do are our feathers. So what I'm going to do now, or our wings, I guess, not feathers. I guess an owl does have feathers. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put my zip ties in here. We're going to use the outside sets. These two going all the way down. And you're going to put 5 on each side. I'm going to load one more, everybody. Hope you all have had a fantastic Sunday. And you can close them if you want to. Matter of fact, you probably should. Let's close them. There we go. One more. Let's see, did I do that one over there? Let's do our second side over here too. I'm just putting in zip ties right now. It's going to make it go a little bit quicker. I lost y'all's comments. See if I can try to get you back. There we are. Found you. Okay. Let's see, we have 3 over here. We need 1 more here. And 1 more. I need 1 more zip tie. Almost had it perfect. Hi, we're making an owl. An owl. O-W-L. My southern accent, I don't know what y'all hear, but those of you from the south probably heard owl. Those of you that aren't from the south probably heard what? What'd she just say? Okay. I said 5, but we're going to start with 4. And then we'll put these in just a second. Okay, so for our wings slash feathers, if you want to call them feathers, I have made Laurie's new petal. It's kind of like a Rita petal, except we're not cutting them in half. And we want to make sure that we have both of the serged edges with the brown, if you have a pattern like mine. If you don't, then it really doesn't matter. You just want the wings going in towards the body, okay? So see how this one goes in toward the body, and then I have these over here that will also go in toward the body. See what I'm saying? Okay, so to do this, what I've done is I've taken a 10 by 10 piece of mesh. You're from NC2, okay, good. So you understood what I'm saying. All right, so what we're gonna do for this is we're gonna do curl side up, okay? 10 by 10 piece. And I always say, make sure your serged edge is on your left-hand side when you twist it to a diamond shape. That way you make the same petal every time. But for this petal, we wanna have them going, we wanna have the wings going one way and the other set going the other way. Well, I picked up the same one, but here. See what I mean? So there's a little trick to it. So put your serged edge here, the brown line, and you're just gonna fold it up to a triangle, okay? Triangle's looking nice and pretty. Take the top, move it down to the center, and you're gonna have kind of like a rectangle shape here with 2 points on the end. There's a word for this, but I forget what they call this shape. Those of you that love geometry, hook me up. Tell me what that shape is. Okay, next thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna bend it over, okay? Now we want this one on the bottom to be on the top for this side. So instead of bending it over this way, we're gonna bend it over a little to the back, okay? And we're gonna scrunch here. So instead of going this way, go the other way. Scrunch in the middle. Grab yourself a clip, because I'm gonna show you why that we did it this way this time. See how I have my serged edges here and this petal's on the top? That's why. So coming from here, on a normal petal like this, you would go here. But because we're wanting it to go a certain way, we're wanting it to curve a certain way, we're gonna go backwards. Okay, just make sure they're the same length, and then scrunch, scrunch. Put your little pin. And there you go. You have your first petal, and everything's going the right way with our brown. All right? Okay, moving right along, let's throw this puppy in here. This one, because they're going this way, are gonna go on your left-hand side. I didn't get that one clipped very well. So we're just gonna start right here. I'm not gonna start at the top. Yeah, we're gonna start at the top. Doesn't really matter. We're just gonna make sure that they cover some of the body here. And you can manipulate it to come out a little further if you want to, or go in a little further, whatever you want to do. We're gonna put that one there. And I have these made already, so all we have to do is just make sure that I've picked the one. So same principle here. Here we go. Just putting them in here. Down our little owl here. Making sure they cover up the body a little bit. And here you can also add some feathers or, you know, some beads or something. You can make some feathers, and if we were to add like an orange feather to the zip tie, you know, make it look like feathers going down if you want to. Or you can glue them in at the end, whatever you want. Totally up to you. It's your project. You run with it. Let your imagination go wild. All right, this one's for the left. This one is again for the right. Or I mean, you know what I mean. Are you all one of those that have to do make the L with your fingers before you know the left and right? I do sometimes. So don't laugh at me. Okay, there's that one. Okay. Let's put our last one in over here. And there's 4 on this side. I realize that. I'm waiting to put that one in just a second. You'll see why. Okay. Here's our last one. And our last one we can kind of manipulate if we want to go a little further out. Put it in there on that one. Okay. There we go. I'm just making them go in a line. Kind of match on the outside here. So here is what we have so far. Wings, right? Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, except this time we're going to manipulate the petal a little bit. Okay, I know I always say, and everyone else will also, we're going to start with curl side up, 10 by 10 piece of mesh, diamond shape. Start with your serged edge on your left. But because we want these brown edges to be in a certain place, I'm just going to tilt it so that when I pull my triangle up, my serged edge is on the outside. Okay, does that make sense? Hi from New York, welcome. So instead of doing it this way this time, because we're making the petal go in a certain way, and because we want these to match, we're just going to move it a little bit to where our non-serged edges are on the outside. And then when we fold it up, we have this beautiful brown to match this side here. Okay, so here we go. There's our triangle. We're going to pull down our top to the middle. Make sure it looks pretty good. And then you've got some points there for your... And then same principle, we're going to fold it over. And this time, we're going to fold it over the right way. Because as you can see, we don't have to turn it over. Our lines are the right way. And our petals are going in the right direction. So now, we did this last time. This time we're doing it this way. Okay? So the only difference here is the first time, let's do it again. I'll show you again. I should probably cut another one. So 10 by 10 piece of mesh. The first time, the only difference is we had our brown edges on the outsides here, okay? This time, to make this petal, we've turned it this way, all right? We've made our triangle so that our brown shows up this way. We've brought our center down, okay? Brought to this part. Last time we went this way because we had to flip it over, but we're going to make the right petal this time. Do it the right way this time so that it flops over the front there. Okay, and then we're just going to scrunch, and there's our owl petal, our first one. Kind of make sure they're even down here, which I don't think these are, so let's scrunch it up just a little bit more. There they are. All right. And put it in your zip tie here. And I kind of like to make sure that this petal on the inside is kind of going straight down the body so that it covers some of our nasty burlap over here where it doesn't look so hot. All right, there we go. So there's that. And I have these made, so we'll just motor on down the line here. Here's this one. Oh, and yes, I did heat seal these pieces of mesh because it's poly burlap, and we all know that poly burlap is a nightmare if you do not wood burn them, heat seal them, whatever you want to call it. But it will fray terribly if you do not heat seal it. So please, you know, make sure you do, or you're going to be angry at yourself. your project's not gonna look as good as it should. All right, there's that one. Our petals are all going the same way. Let's put our next one in here. Hi from Alberta, welcome. Okay, there's this one. And then our last one here. Make sure we have our sorry, I'm just being a little OCD there, everybody. All right. Let's stick this one in here at the end. And then we will move on for just a second. I want to kind of make sure that these are the same width. So that I'm trying to make sure that these are in the same line. So I can push it down just a little bit. There we go. So I don't have one sticking out further than the other. Cover them up a little bit. Well, and our leaves and our stems and our picks are going down here, so they're all covered up a little bit anyway. But, you know, always good practice so that it doesn't look wonky. Now, so let's make sure that they're kind of all the same and they all look nice and neat. And here's what we have so far. We have our body. Ta-da! Then we have some feathers coming. What is the tool you're using to cut the zip ties? This is called a zip tie gun. You can grab it at Amazon. They're like 15 bucks, I think. So there you go. It's called a zip tie gun. And all it does is you put the little stem in there and pull the gun and boom, cuts them for you. Have them all over the place. It could also be a turkey. You're right. It could be a turkey for sure. Although I don't know how you do the eyes. That's a good call. You got my brain going on now. Like a crab now. Hey, it does look like a crab. Awesome. See, you guys just run with all kinds of cool stuff. All right, now, from here, we're going to turn it upside down and we're going to work on the eyes. Okay? These little awesome leaves that I have here have little circles. Okay? So what I did previously was I just laid them down here, kind of like that, and zip tied them to the board. We're going to use the upper ones. And zip tie them to the board. But because these particular sunflowers have clips instead of like these where you can just stick it to the back, I'm wondering if we shouldn't clip them first. So I'm just playing around just a second, guys. So we clipped them on there, clipped them on the end, and then these go in the bottom two right here, the top. Yeah, that'll work pretty well. And we can use the bottom. All right, awesome. Okay, we figured that out. I was kind of worried about how that was going to go. But there we go. There's that. But before we do that, let's do our fur. I forgot our fur. So let's put these over here. And all I've done is just clasp them to the back here. See how I've clasped it there? Yes, thank you, Tina Kelly. All right. So let's move our burlap out of the way over here. There's that smell again. Whew. I swear that burlap stinks. Okay. I think I've lost your comments again. I've already chosen us a leaf for the beak, but we're not there yet. All right, grab your fur. This will come in a 10 by 10 sheet, okay? And what I've done here is I've just cut a V in it, all right? Just cut a V in it. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna lay it down here and glue it. And then put our, make sure our V's in the center here. we're using this top. We're going to use this as our center since that's how it all ended up. Okay. So there you go. So cut a V, and then that will leave you with 2 triangles here. Okay. Cut those 2 triangles off because I'm going to show you what we're going to do with them in just a second. You'll need them. Okay. 2 triangles left over from the piece here because this is a big piece of fur. All right. So just cut out where it looks kind of like a home plate if we were in baseball. Okay. So let's do a little bit of glue on the back of this puppy. And then I keep losing y'all's video here. Okay, let's grab my glue gun. And I'm going to brag on this little glue gun. I've had a million of them, and this one seems to be the most awesome one I've had so far. It's a little mini Sure Bonder with a detail tip. It's pretty awesome. Comes with its own little stand and everything. I love it. Anyway, moving right along. I'm just going to put a piece of glue right here. Nothing major, nothing spectacular. Just glue this puppy down. Okay, let me put my glue gun back on its little thing here. Let's see. And I'm just kind of gluing it to the top of the burlap. You can glue it to the board if you want to, but I think it stays better if you kind of glue it to the burlap. Make sure we have it centered a little bit. Let me turn it my way so I can see. There we go. All right. Just kind of tuck it under your little piece there. And ta-da. We have fur. Okay? Super simple. Nothing spectacular about that. And as we go, we can fix those pieces, right? Okay. Now, here's what I was talking about with your, actually, let's put our last 2 feathers in now. Sorry I'm all over the place, guys, but like I said, I just made this, so this is my second one. All right, so next set, throw in, oh, I got one. Your set of wings here. I can't do this upside down. Let's do it this way. Okay. Here we go. So we have that now. So here, that's why I said, make sure you have 5 on each side. And we're going to try and make it look kind of the same here as the other one. So we have that point going, alrighty. That looks the same. Awesome. I'll burn it down a little bit. Okay, moving along. Now, let's put our eyes on here. So I think it would probably be best to zip tie these pieces here into the board, the little ring. You can see the ring there. We'll just glue that, we'll zip tie those to the board. And then we'll attach this here, put a little glue. And then we'll stick our fur in there. So if I do this to the bottom, and I put that right there, Does that make it look too stuck on the body? Should I move it up to the next one, guys? I'm gonna let y'all tell me. If I do it like this, and I do it, put it on the bottom hole here, and we're gonna stick that one in right like that. Are the eyes too close? Should I move them up a little bit to the next hole? There's the next hole. Kinda. So there's one option. Get it a little closer to you guys. So bottom hole here. Maybe. Okay. There's our bottom hole. It would have it laying right on top of the fur. Or we can move the eyes to the top hole. I think I like the eyes better on the top hole. That way the leaf doesn't stick out as much. Let's see what it looks like on the video here. Up higher. Yeah. Top hole. I agree, guys. Top hole. Woo! All right. So, let's move these to the side. Let's put our little holes in the... Yeah, I think so too, guys. Good call. All right. Let me get these pipes. So we're going to use these top two. We're going to use these two holes here, okay, for our leaf. And we're just going to kind of thread it in there, okay? I'll show you as we get there. Awesome. Everybody agrees. Well, we've got Nancy saying bottom hole. Let's do the top, and then if we don't like it, it's a zip tie. We'll snap the zip tie and put them in the bottom. Oh, better not close it. Let's just thread that over here. And these are wire, so you can bend these or manipulate these however you like. If they're too high, we can squish it a little bit. No big deal. So there's that one. And then we're going to put them in here. The next one here. Just thread it in there. Hold it down a little bit. Ta-da! All right. Now it looks like it's a little bit. There we go. We can make them out to the side if we want to. Trying to figure out why this one is stable and this one is not here. Ugh. All right. There we go. Got it. Move it just a little bit. Make them look like ears instead of leaves. Ta-da. Yeah, let's put the eyes on before we decide that. Okay, now all I'm going to do here is we're just going to clip the eyes for now. And I'm just going to clip them onto our leaf going... I'm going to try to clip it right here, okay? I'm going to try to clip it right here. So here's how we have our leaves. All right, and I'm going to try to clip the sunflower here. Let's see if I can. And we can stick it in with some glue later. We need to. I think we're going to have to use this one on this side because the clip. There we go. With the other ones, you would just, if you have sunflowers that are on stems, just stick the stem down the hole, down the top hole. See? Super easy. But Marianne had to be difficult. And get the pretty orange ones. So Oh, you know what? I didn't think about being able to move them. Move the clips there. All right. That one's kind of on. Almost, guys. Bear with me here. As I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus. Okay, there we go. Now this one should stand up also, like that one. We're going to manipulate it a little bit. Should be. Right here. Okay. So let's bring up our other. We'll glue them as soon as we make sure that they're right and that we like them, that everything looks good. They don't look a little odd. Getting glitter all over the place, but that's okay. All right, how are our ears looking here? How are we looking, guys? Good? Turn around and see what I can see. Oh, that's cute. Here's what we have so far. Ta-da! What do you think? Good? Now, yes, you can see the board. He has come to life. Okay, so here's what we have these little tiny pieces for. Remember how I told you to cut the triangle? Okay, after you have this, you have a big piece of this. It's like a rectangle. And you're going to cut home base, the shape of home base out of it. And you'll have a piece with these two pieces of triangle stuck up. Cut those out. You'll have a triangle. And all I did was scrunch them together to make it look like a petal. See, here's the back, and then I glued it. So it kind of looks like a petal. All right? What we're going to do, this one should go on this side because it has that, is we're just going to stick these little pieces right in here. And glue them down. And see, that covers our board and it gives us an owl. Yeah. Okay. So let me grab some glue here really quickly. So again, I just scrunched the triangle up to make it look like a petal, see, and then I glued it together. Couldn't see the board when they were on the bottom. Yeah. True. You can still see this little piece though. In my prototype, you could still see a little bit of it. But that's okay. That's why we have these little pieces of, that's why we have his little shoulder pads here. That's what my boyfriend called them, shoulder pads. He was like, those are cute. So we're just gonna stick them here and we're gonna glue them to the top of the petal here. Because as you can see, the petal, the nub is sticking right here. See? See, there's the nub. So we're just gonna glue these to the nub. And we haven't actually fixed the eyes yet. So hang on, we're getting there. All right, where's my trusty glue gun here? Here we go. So I'm just gonna turn it over, and where I glued before, we're just gonna put a dollop of glue there and glue it to the nub. Try not to get any of your sunflower in it, or it will glue there too. There we go. Let's see, that one's on. Looks like a little shoulder pad, covers up the board. We're all good there. Now let's move over and put our little other piece of fur on this side, glue it to the nub. Grabbing our, and all I've done again is just from the triangle, I just scrunched up the triangle to make it look like a petal. See, I just scrunched this in right here and glued it together. Awesome. Well, thanks, Miss Nancy. I tried. I just thought it was cute. I saw it on Pinterest and decided to steal it. So if this was your idea on Pinterest, I'm sorry. All right, now let's make sure these are both the same. Oh, they're coming out the same amount there. So I didn't get one closer than the other. Okay. And this eye is going to be a little weird here. Okay, here's what we have so far. Everybody, we will glue the eyes at the very end. This one's come off the thing here. That's all right. That'd be a perfect spot to glue it. All right, now, here we go. We'll fix it in just a minute. There's our owl so far. Okay, there's the top where that's little shoulder pads. There we go, shoulder pads out. Sunflower there. We'll glue the eye in last. Okay. All right, now for the bottom. Okay. This is the simplest part of the whole thing. Right down here at the bottom where you have the 2 holes, you have 2 sets left. Just put 2 zip ties in. Do not close them. Just put 2 zip ties in them. Okay. And then grab your picks, your pretty little picks. Now you can do 2 things. You can either have his wings on top or his wings on the bottom. So you can manipulate them a little bit to move them out if you want. But I just kind of like putting them there, and that way the pick shows and it kind of looks like he's sitting on the branch here. You can put it out or in or however far out you want to. But we still need enough room for the bow, so I'm going to kind of put it to where it's just barely. Can you guys see this? Let's see. There we go. Is that a little bit better? You can see now from the bottom here. I promise I will get a better camera set up. Let's do this a little bit, moving out. Then we're just going to match it, mirror it on the other side. You can play around with it and put the wings or the feathers or whatever you want, wherever you want. It's your creation, you do it. You get it. Make it beautiful. And then you're just going to zip tie him in so that he's sitting on these branches. There we go. That one was the wonky pumpkin I needed to fix. Okay. And I lay them down both at the same time so I can get both branches in there so that it's really good and stable. Make sure they kind of look the same. And see what I mean by not worrying about this part, how it looks, because we were going to cover it up. So there's that. Okay, here's what we have now. Here's our owl so far. See how he's sitting on the branches? See where I put it? Okay. Now, all we have left to do is the bow. Let's glue these puppies' eyes in first before we mess with our bow here. That's going to drive me bonkers. Let's do that. And our beak, we about forgot the beak. Okay. So moving back this way, I'm going to glue these eyes onto the leaf. I'm not going to glue it on the board. I'm going to glue it onto the leaf. Okay. If I can get this line back in there. It's not going to go. So let's just do it sure our ears look the same. We don't have an eye sticking out bigger than the other. All right. Do they look even to y'all? Eyes even? Can you see the eyes from there? Okay. Grabbing my glue gun again. And all I'm going to do is just pick up the ends so that way I don't screw up the placement. And I'm just going to put some glue on them to stick them there. And I'm going to stick them there. Try to get under here. Just glue them in whatever spots that you want them to stick. However you can do it. There's no right or wrong way to glue these down. Okay, now let's glue these. Glue this one here. And I'm out of the glue stick there. All right. Okay. Almost there. We're going to put a bow on this puppy and we are done. So see, super easy. It's just all about the accoutrement, as they say. What a big word for you today, Marianne. The embellishments is probably a better way to say that, but there we go. The eyes look even. Let's put the beak on there. Where did the mesh come from? This mesh came from Craft Outlet. The orange mesh came from Craft Outlet. So here's our beak. So from here, you're just going to pick you can do, if you have a stem of leaves, that's perfect. Pick the one that looks the best. I like a yellow beak, so I would probably grab this one here. Cut the yellow off. And then just tuck it up under. This fur is going to get everywhere. Just tuck it up under here until you're satisfied with it, and then glue it. I think that looks pretty good as far as the beak goes. Yeah, let's put it on there. And I also have some of these stems that I got at the dollar store, or not stems, but stemless that I got at the dollar store. They're just table scatter, I think. So those would work also. You have orange, there's red in here, there's green. So if you don't have an actual pick of leaves, you could just grab table scatter. That'll work just the same way. And I'm gonna glue a little bit here and hope it sticks the right way. I should have glued it on the stem at the top instead of right there in the middle where you can see the glue spot. I'll probably be fixing that later for sure. So don't do like Marianne. Glue it down here. Don't glue it right there in the middle where everybody can see your glue spot. Wasn't thinking about that. That's what you get for not slowing down and thinking about it. All right. There's our little owl. Our little beak. Let's put our bow on here. Just messing with it a minute, making it look great. Actually, while we're up here, let's put our hanging hole here. And I am going to do a little bit of jute and a zip tie because it has a weird, remember we only had one hole up here because we twisted the board. So I'm going to do just a zip tie. And then I'm going to put this piece of jute here so that way it has something to hang on to. There we go. If I can grab the zip tie here. Holy majuju. Come on now. There we go. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. We're going to wrap this here. What? I have no idea, and I'll defo fall short of this out. What? No, you won't. You're going to make a gorgeous one. You will. And Carrie, I guarantee you that you will top me a million times. I will see yours and be like, why didn't I think of that? I'm just tying the knot here for our hanging hole. Everybody, nothing spectacular. We've all done it a million times, I'm sure. Just with some jute. I'm going to tie a double knot. And I'll show you on the back where I put it. So there we go. Let's tighten our zip tie here. See if I can get it off there before I destroy my picks down at the bottom. Ta-da! So you see, here's our hanger. I'm trying to get this way for you. All I've done is just put a zip tie here at the top, put a little piece of jute. There's our hanger. Okay. All right, let's put this bow in this puppy. Oh, it is kind of cute. My little ears are a little crooked, but we can always fix that. All right. Here's our little bow. So here's what we're gonna do here. I probably should have put a piece of the ribbon right here to cover up our zip tie. So I'll probably go back and do that. But for now, we'll finish it. So I'm just gonna stick a piece of the wire in one of the holes, the other piece of the wire, or if you do these with pipe cleaners, in the other one, like so. See, I've just stuck in them. I've just stuck them in the two corresponding holes there, pulling them down. Okay, pulling it down, 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 down. Trying to make sure it's even though these pumpkins are gonna get in our way, which is all right. I don't want it to sink in, so we're just gonna wrap it like this, like that. Make sure it's in the center. There we go. All right. Now, I'm tucking the pieces of wire back up in there so we can actually sort it out here. Now we're just going to manipulate our bow to make it look pretty. And y'all know me, or if you don't know me, I'll tell you, I will work on this bow until I am crazy trying to make it perfect. Because I love bows, I love ribbon. And that way it don't look scrunched. I can't stand it if it looks scrunched in. I think it's going to be okay for now though. And I will go back and put a piece of this ribbon around the zip tie so you don't see it. I'm going to pull out my little curls here. That's all I'm doing now. Pull out these curls so that it hangs down a little bit. And ladies and gentlemen, we have an owl. If I don't stop, I'm going to mess with it forever. So I'll mess with it while I'm taking a picture. But y'all know that manipulate your bow. Y'all know no reason to do it live and take up your all's time. You just wanted to show you how to do it. You don't need to see me messing with the bow for 30 minutes as I keep talking about it and I need to stop. Okay, so here's our deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull you up and talk to you about it, show you what it looks like from afar. And we'll say goodnight. If you have any questions, that way I get to actually read some of your comments here. 1 second. Close your eyes. Here we go. I'm going to pull you up. Oh gosh. My little thing's squeaky McSqueakerton. All right. Yes. Hello. Welcome back. Let's see. Well, I'm so glad you do. Let's see if I can keep it from squeaking now. All right. Okay, see, here we go. Oh, sorry. I want you to shake. All right, guys. Again, I am Marianne. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Here is our owl. here is our owl. What do you guys think? I need to work on the bow a little bit, make it a little prettier. But here she is. Or he is, or whatever gender you'd like for the owl to be. Doesn't matter. And I'll take a picture of it and get it posted on my page. Again, if y'all wouldn't mind, if you like this, I do lives all the time on my page. My page is called Made by Marianne. To search for it on Facebook, you have to do Marianne Made Me, okay? But Made by Marianne, Marianne. I want to say thank you so much to Michelle for letting me do this tonight. I hope that you all enjoyed it. And if you guys make your own, please show me. Post pictures so I can see it. If you have better ideas, if I've done something and you can improve on it, message me. I'm always willing to listen to whatever you have to say. Any ideas are awesome. So help me make it better and we'll all make some cute owls for the fall. Alrighty. Do we have any questions? What are you using? It looks like fur, confused on the folder. Oh, it is. It's the exact same piece of fur. So this piece of fur right here comes in a long sheet. Okay. So for these little things, you know, we cut the fur out in the shape of the home base, right? So it looks like, let's see. Well, I can't really explain it without showing you the piece. So we cut the fur out to where it looks like home base. Well, you have a piece left that is a V, okay? So from that V, I just cut it triangles out. And then I scrunch the triangles for the shoulder pads. Does that make sense? I got the fur at Hobby Lobby. And they have a ton. It's back there where you get your Chanel stems and your glitter glue and all that good stuff. Your felt squares are in the same aisle. But yeah, so that's what the shoulder pads are. It's just scrunched, it's just triangles. It's a triangle cut out of the fur and then one side of it scrunched to make a petal. It's just a triangle. I guess that would probably be easier. How do you find me on Facebook? You find me on Facebook by searching at Marianne Made Me. And you spell my name Marianne, one word. So Marianne Made Me is how you find me, and I am from Made by Marianne. Your page is Marianne Made Me. Right. No, my page is Made by Marianne. But for some reason, Facebook wouldn't let me have that as my address. I have no idea. That's a little weird, but my page is Made by Marianne. So I appreciate it. If y'all want to come on by and hang out with me too. Michelle, thank you so much for letting me do this. I hope that you are at home safe and sound. And God bless each and every one of you. Any more questions I can answer for any of you? So let's review one more time so that way. And if you have any questions, just shoot me a message. Shoot me a message on Facebook. I will respond, I promise. I might not respond immediately, but I promise you I will. So going from the back, all we've done is we've gone from here and here, and we've just gone up and down with our burlap. Up and down, using the top and then our bottom sets, okay? So just the top outside, or I guess you call that inside, and then just the bottom sets down here. We've gone from here to here to here to here, doing that. Up and down, okay? And then we made 5 leaves, or 5 wings, 5 petals on each side, okay? Then we put our little leaves in the back for our ears and our fur. We put our fur on next to cover that part. Then we did our little leaves for the ears, our sunflowers for the eyes, and then we put our picks on for the tree that he's standing on and put a bow in the middle. Oh, and we put some little shoulder pads here too to cover up the board. But there you go. And you know what else, guys? If you wanted to do some bigger sunflowers, that would be awesome too. That might help you not have to have the shoulder pads. But, you know, just a thought. These are the biggest I could find without paying 45 bucks for them. But anyway. So guys, thank you again so much for hanging out with me. Also, come join us at the Can-Am VIP Connection with Laurie Franklin, Michelle Rizzo Redding, Michelle's page here, and Andrea Brown. Come join us over there. We have a great time. And also check us out on Wreath's, Work Forms, and more. That's a great group too. So God bless each and every one of you guys. So happy to see you all. Give me a follow. Send me a message if you have any questions. God bless you. Good night, y'all. Tonight it was made by Marianne. Tomorrow it might be made by you. Have a good evening.